now we're going to move to another recap of and a celebration of one of our areas of work this year, which was around digital innovations for livestock development. Next slide, please. So back in July and August, over 2 days, we held back-to-back community conversations where we invited global innovators, researchers, and practitioners to share their work, their insights, their challenges, and the goal was to inspire innovative approaches to filling livestock data gaps. So next slide. So I'll give you a moment to look at this. These are our global innovators. These are our 12 innovators from around the world. They work across the spectrum of livestock systems and challenges in low and middle income countries. So you can get to know them. Recordings of all of their presentations. They each gave 5-minute presentations on their innovation. You can watch those at your own pace at the event webpage. But we were really pleased to have such a fantastic group covering everything from drones to a call center for Sahel's pastoralists and really interesting new technologies for disease detection, but also really important discussions around social inclusion and other important considerations. Next slide, please. So some of the insights that came from the discussion, as I mentioned, digital inclusion is a challenge, and that spans both gender, but also other social vulnerable groups, making sure that technology is not just for us as sort of a privileged segment of society. There were some great insights on strategies for successful technology adoption. So for example, partnering with community organizations, user-centric design and government incentive schemes. Some of these groups work very closely with governments, and some of them are working in spite of perhaps low investment in data from livestock systems. So it's really interesting to see the range of views. Next slide. So we asked all participants to help identify kind of emerging challenges and issues, and these were the main ones that came out of the discussion. So scaling and transferability. Of course, if something works in one place, is it going to work well in another place, and how do you make sure it can be scaled up? Digital inclusion and equity. Best practices. There's so many mobile apps, so many ways to design and develop and disseminate mobile apps. So some way to sort of learn from what works and what doesn't work. There's an emerging frontier in the use of artificial intelligence, not AI, artificial insemination, in livestock management, and what that might mean for future development initiatives. And then a strong message about the need for supportive policies and governance to enable the successful use of digital innovations. Next slide, please. So what happens next? So some plans are emerging. LD4D, responding to this feedback, our secretariat proposes to coordinate some kind of a stock taking on the use of digital innovations in livestock development. And this analysis could synthesize insights on technology uses and implementation. And this will be under development in the next year. Next year, we also hope to convene further discussions, diving into specific topics or technologies, and starting with the use of satellite technologies for closing data gaps in the livestock sector. So we hope that by addressing these topics, we can help really shape conversations that inform the future of digital innovation in this space. So we're really keen to have people be involved if you're interested in this topic. Next slide. And these are some of the ways you can get involved. So after the meeting, of course, explore the innovations online. There's a lot of really rich conversations and presentations that you can rewatch at your own pace. Of course, if you're not already an LD4D member, become one so you can find out first about further discussions, opportunities, and events. And we invite you to join our next community conversation, which will be in February. It's an eConversation co-hosted with ourselves and the Digital AgriHub. So with that, I would like to invite Giacomo Rambaldi from the Digital AgriHub to share with us the plans for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be with you today. So I'm part of the team managing the Digital AgriHub, which is a public good initiative developed and maintained by the Wageningen University and Research based in the Netherlands. Fundamentally, the hub tracks the evolution of the digital agriculture ecosystem in low and middle income countries. At the core of the hub rests the database, with a queryable dashboard currently featuring more than 1,250 digital solutions for agriculture, all deployed in low and middle income countries. Next slide, please. In order to maintain a lively link with our audience and followers, the hub maintains an active social media presence and electronic communities of practice, all focusing on digitalization for agriculture. You see here 3 screenshots, which visualizes the English-speaking, which is the largest community. Then we have a Francophone community and a Spanish-speaking community. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yes. For the past 2 years, in partnership with a range of agencies, of development agencies, we have been hosting so-called eConversations, which are facilitated email-based debates on a variety of topics. So on Monday, the 3rd of February, in partnership with LD4D, we are going to launch an e-conversation on the digital revolution in livestock development. And I've seen that digitalization is at the core of your current interest, and I'm very pleased about that. And we are going to, in this e-conversation, we are going to debate, discover, and brainstorm digital database innovations in the domain of your specific interests. To be part of the debate, you should join the community using the link which was just shared in the chat now and which is featured also on the slide. Thank you very much.